Good morning. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to come in the room. Good morning, Aquarius. All right, so Aquarius, we're going to go ahead and get started on your reading. We are going to be using this green deck here. And this is considered to be the mood deck, So we're going to see what's going to come out here for you. We are going to be clarifying these cards, but let's go ahead and see what your mood is. This is specifically for today, Aquarius, specifically for today. We're going to get your mood. Now, we already know some of this information is going to stretch out into, days, weeks, months, that type of thing. So let's see what's going to come out here for you, Aquarius. Let's get it. Good morning, or good afternoon, and good evening to some. All right, so let's go ahead. This is for Aquarius. Let's see what's coming out here for you, Aquarius. All right, you got two cards. First card that's coming out here for you is conformity. Is that right? It sure is. And you have, I don't like this one. It's always hard for me to tell what that means. It could be rivalry, meaning that it's a rivalry. That's what it could mean, but I haven't looked up the definition of that yet. All right, and then you guys have balance. And then at the bottom of the deck, love. You weren't meant to get this card. You weren't. Okay? Because I meant to take that out of the deck a long time ago, and I didn't. You got conformity. Now, conformity here could basically means being fluid, right? Meaning, you are forming to the circumstances that are happening around you. It's not saying that you are, because sometimes when you hear conform, unfortunately, it just means that you don't have your own identity. You don't have your own ideas, that type of thing. But I do believe that for some of you guys, it's like maybe your problem has been fitting in or trying to fit in or trying to not make waves in the water, okay? I had to say those words exactly the way that I said it, and I know that some of you guys may not agree to that, but that's not going to be true for everybody. Some people like to fit in, okay? But we also can say that maybe you didn't want to make waves in the water. That could be with a lover, that could be with a family member, that could be at your job, right? Either way, octopus it's hard for octopus to conform, right? It shapes itself based on the object that's in front of it, but it's a completely different person. A completely different animal outside of that. So for some of you, maybe you don't necessarily feel comfortable with who you are. And that could be maybe you want to get surgery. Some of you guys are thinking about cosmetic surgery because you want to conform to the beauty standards, right? Maybe you guys are thinking about buying a certain house in a certain area, right? Because you want to appear to be a certain way. This is a very harsh card to view when it's an Aquarius energy because you guys are ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the innovators, okay? So to me, it's like, why are you trying to conform to anybody? Now, when we get into the reading, we'll see why that's coming out. And for you, you may not even know until I say it. But either way, like I said before, this could be like people pleasing. Okay? I'm just telling you, it could be people pleasing. Now, the next card that's coming out is good. You got two of the best cards that can come out of this deck. You have balance and you have love. Okay? Or unless you're... Some people do conform for love, right? Sometimes people conform. They end up being the same religion as that person. Okay, they end up saying, okay, I'm going to leave everything that I know to be with you. It happens. But anyway, here we have balance. Now, this is a good energy because balance is anything. If you guys have been, you know, a little scattered, a little wired, okay, because of your circumstances. Here, harmony is coming back into your life. That's an excellent thing to see, right? You got love here. Love can be from a family member. Love can be from a romantic partner, okay? It's surrounding you at this point, and then we're going to see what this love basically entails. Maybe it's other people who are loving you. I'm just, the only thing that I'm not liking is that conform card. It's just not you. It's not your personality. I don't ever see that when I do Aquarius readings. So it just makes me feel like some of you guys are giving up your identity in a way because you're trying to please people. And it could have been just things that you guys have done before. And this is the reason why it's coming out. But we'll get into it. We'll see. You know, like, all right, I guess. I'm not liking it, but we're going to go ahead and get to some other oracle cards here. This is going to be for Aquarius. We got a lot of cards we're going to go through, and we'll get to the tarot of the last part of it. But let's see if anything will come out with this card that tell us what that conformity could mean. These are not necessarily clarifiers, but let's see if it'll give us some type of information. One card that's coming out is Clover and Chair. Conformity, you got Clover, good luck. Luck is on your side. Prosperity or prosperous relationships and prosperity consciousness. Then Chair has taking no action, not the right time, holding back. Now, I know for a fact this conformity for you when it comes down to your situation. Like I said before, the first thing I thought about was fluidity, right? It talks about flowing, a flowing state, and allowing things to come to you naturally. But this is the reason why I feel that some of you guys have been forcing things, or some of you guys have been in some way, you know, not being yourself. Okay, people pleasing, you know, holding back with who you are and what you want to say. You know, this part of this authenticity that I feel like you guys haven't been really in. But now it just seems like you guys are, you know, it is adaptability. That's a good word to look at. It's besides fluidity, right? It's adaptability, being able to adapt to your circumstances. But either way, with a Clover, that can help you out in the long run, adapting to your situations, okay? But not adapting to people's personalities and stuff like that and their demands. Please don't do that. Now, I do see that a lot of you guys are, you know, that's what it was. See, I wasn't even paying attention to that. I almost did not see that. You see how it says holding back and avoiding? I swear, when I first saw Chair, I just saw wait and taking no action. I didn't even go further down the line. And this is what I was saying earlier before this card came out. Like holding back who you really are. And that's just not you. It just made me uncomfortable even reading that. I was just like, okay, what? This is just not a... I know every sign do it. I do know that, but you guys are very intelligent. Not because you're an Aquarian. It's just because the way that you move is a little bit different from most people. You are forward thinkers, right? And maybe because you have been so intelligent, you have been so smart. Maybe that's the reason why you don't necessarily fit in with other people, right? Sometimes you got to dumb yourself down, or maybe you've dumbed yourself down before in the past. I don't know, but that's what I see. Please don't hold yourself back. Please don't do that. I'm also seeing that some of you guys, you know, you're very health conscious. I definitely believe that in the upcoming maybe years or even recently, some of you guys have been having issues with your health. You know, this year, I haven't talked to you guys about this, but when Saturn goes into, Saturn going into Aries, actually, it's going to sextile you. So you're going to be good. I don't see anything weird with Saturn. However, when it goes into Taurus in 2.5 years, you may experience some situations, you know, with health or just with sluggishness, tiredness, that type of thing. And the reason why I'm even picking up on it is because I tend to pick up on things way earlier before it happens. But either way, I'm seeing some good stuff here. I do see some flowing energy. Some of you guys are doctors, you're nurses, you work on the in the nursing staff, that type of thing. I am seeing that as well. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see what else comes out here for balance. Balance here for Aquarius. Balance for Aquarius. Now, you guys got Wi-Fi, online activity. So some of you guys could be doing some type of business online. I don't know why I feel like there could be some type of court proceedings, court procedures, where you guys do that. Instead of going to court, you'll end up doing that over Zoom, okay? That's one of the first things that I thought when I saw that, all right? I also see that for some of you guys, you guys can end up finding a really good soulmate. Because remember, here you have Clover, and prosperous relationship. You could end up finding the love of your life through some type of dating website, or it could be some type of online thing. I don't know, maybe it's Facebook, maybe you guys are just friends on there and you end up being a little bit more. But I do see some online dating situation here. And I'm also seeing, like I said before, besides there being court and online dating, I also feel that some of you guys are going to be making money online. Don't really know how, but some of you guys will, okay, be making money. Some of you guys are also talking to a Libra, or there is a Libra in your energy. Let's see. Let's get this love here for Aquarius. Let's get love for Aquarius. Next card that's coming out, some of you guys are definitely dealing with a Taurus, okay? Now, I see that you're going to be meeting someone. Okay. Oh, that says lost. That doesn't say love. That says lost. I didn't even think that that said lost. I apologize. It says lost. Why did I think it was love? So that means that there's some type of love lost here. That's what this means. And this is the reason why you guys have been waiting. Maybe it was someone that you lost. It could have been actually through actual death, or someone walked out of your life. Because then that made me look at why this bull came out. I was like, why would bulls sit on top of love? Okay. I couldn't even figure that out for the life of me. I was like, why in the world would bull? Now it makes sense. So for some of you, you were in a love situation where this person was very uncompromising, okay? Or you've been trying to, there was some type of connection that you were in, possibly with a Taurus, or they were just extremely stubborn and nothing about them would change, right? And so now you're facing either A, because this is future card, that's a future position. So now you're either facing the end of a relationship. This could happen with your work, career, all of that other stuff too. Maybe you're working for a boss that's just unbearable. That can happen too, where you walk out. But either way, yeah, it talks about that, right? And then it also talks about loss of stability. Stability has something to do with a stable relationship, a long-term committed relationship, someone that you have been with for a very long time. They're no longer in your life, all right? That also sometimes happens with your money. So I'm so happy that I saw that, because the bull is the thing that made me look at it. Okay. And then remember I said I don't like this card? To me, that talks about something standing in the way, or something getting in the way. That's how I look at it. But I got to get the full definition of that, real definition of that card. So I do believe that something really did get in the way. Something that either A, took you away from someone, or someone could have actually died, right? But it's a situation where someone was uncompromising here. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the tarot. We're going to see what this means here for you. We're going to go ahead and start with that conformity and clover card. Let's see what comes out. I'm so happy that I saw that. I'm also seeing that some of you guys may end up, I don't know, and I don't want to say this. I see that some of you guys are going to have children. You may have lost a child in the past. It could have been some type of pregnancy that you had, or maybe you were pregnant. Okay, but there could have been a loss of a, I'm guessing, I want to say a newborn, but I don't even know if I want to say that the baby was born. But I do feel that for some of you, it has something to do with a little baby that may have, you may have lost, okay? And some of you guys could have lost an actual child. All right, let's go ahead. This is for Aquarius. Let's get conformity here. And this could have been years ago, by the way. Conformity here with the Hangman. Yeah, and see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I keep seeing that there's, in this situation, it talks about a lot of you guys are avoiding the hard parts about, a certain situation with a person. I don't see that you're avoiding situations. Like, you guys hit that head on. That's how I see it. I feel like when it comes down to people, whether it has something to do with a person at your job, whether it's a lover, whether it's a family member, it specifically talks about how some of you guys are dealing with people who could consider themselves as victims, right? Everything that you do, there's always a problem. And there was this resentment that started to build. And I also see that, especially if you were in a love relationship, you walked out of that. And the reason why you walked out of it is because there was nothing you could do anymore. You could not please this person. Some of you guys, or you're being accused of that. Let's just be for real, because sometimes it can be the opposite, where no matter what the person does, they can't please you. Okay, so I am saying here that for some of you guys, you're walking into a more prosperous relationship. It was meant or designed for something not to work with someone that you most likely thought that you're going to be with forever. I don't see that. Part of the Hangman talks about self-sacrificing. Like I said before, conformity. Again, people pleasing. That's just not you. I don't even have to know you guys to know that this is just not who you are. And yeah, it feels a little weird. Okay, it feels a little weird. If you guys have been waiting for some type of money or money to come in here, I do believe that it will. I just think that it was, like I said, here with the Hangman, not like I said, but like it says, sometimes it talks about just delays, okay? But either way, it could be some type of delay. You've been waiting for some type of, like, what is it called? Payment, okay, or something from maybe a court case, or it could also have something to do with like some type of payment that you were supposed to be getting from, or settlement that you're supposed to be getting from a job or something like that. Those are like things that I'm saying. I do see that for a lot of you, you had money in your bank account and it's been reduced, meaning you're not making as much money as you would normally make. And so again, here with that upside down Hangman, it's really not upside down. Technically, it's in a way that it's supposed to be. Money, especially if you have your own business, it has stalled. It talks about money isn't coming in as quick as you would want it to, okay? But that balance card next is good because it talks about if there has been money issues or financial issues, things are going to correct itself there. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Yeah, relationships have been not the best, okay? That's just what I'm saying. It's not been the best here. I don't do reversals, but I want to look at the fact that this is in reverse. And so this is problematic to me because, again, it's telling me some things that you guys were doing. You see the first word there that talks about self-sabotaging. Now, you see how the universe says out of all of the roles that I want to put down, I'm going to tell you that you need to correct something. Okay, whether it's correcting your thinking, correcting your pocketbook, okay, correct the relationships that you're in or the relationships that you are in that is very much so non-existent. Either way, something needs to be corrected because it says what? Taken advantage of. And we can't even make this up because in the beginning part of this, we were trying to figure out what was conformity talking about. Because it's just a very odd thing to look at here for Aquarius. It's just not something that I'm used to. But it's ringing in true, right? Taking advantage of because you are trying to please another person. And it wasn't meant for you to please them, period. Okay? A lot of you were naive to this person's ways and behaviors, or you were avoiding it or wasn't really looking at it for what it really was. It's just the truth, right? I feel like some of you guys were being overly enthusiastic about a connection that just was not going to work. So here the universe is trying to heal you, right? The universe is trying to bring you joyous outcomes and joyous relationships and prosperous relationships, which is what we see with that clover. Right? And some of those relationships are only going to occur when you walk out of the ones that are not meant to be there. Okay. I do see that there is, you see how because the Fool card is in reverse, it's saying you were not ready to start this new beginning. Like you could have walked out before or a long time ago, but you didn't. Some of you guys are still in that place when you know for a fact whoever you're dealing with, this is not somebody you should really be dealing with. And, you are delaying the inevitable. about this person, because I see a distancing happening. Now, if you are single, the Fool card is actually pretty good, because it's more so like you holding back when this new individual come in. Like, you are excited, but you don't want to get too excited. But I definitely see someone coming into your life, especially if you're single, okay? But the people who are in connections with somebody, I do see the distancing happening. I do see it. Let's go ahead. Let's get this bull and this loss here for Aquarius. Let's get this. See what I'm saying? Avoid it and deception. The card that came out literally talks about trickery, betrayal, dishonesty, and avoiding conversations. This is the reason why something isn't working. Now, see, that would have completely got me if I still didn't pay attention to that being lost. I would have been thinking it's love, and I would have been like, why in the world is Seven of Swords coming out here for love? But I'm glad that I caught it, right? It's telling the reason why it's lost, okay? Somebody could have taken something from you too, by the way, because actually with the Seven of Swords, the thief being on there, somebody could have actually taken something from you, and that's a part of the loss, right? Be careful with any valuables that you have hanging around with people in your house. I don't care who they are. If I have something that's extremely valuable, I'm not going to have that sitting on my nightstand, or I'm not going to have it sitting on like a dresser or anything like that. You need to possibly have that in a safe. If you have money that you know that other people know where it's at, you probably should start moving that or relocating it at a certain way, at a certain place. Now, some of you guys have credit cards, you have your money in your pants pocket, or you just leave it out, and sometimes you're going to be it looks like in the future that some of you guys may be too trusting of someone and they're going to take something from you. I'm just saying, this could also happen at your job as well. You leave something in your coat pocket, something to come up missing, right? So I don't want to always make it seem like the Seven of Swords is specifically talking about deception and love. No, this could actually be theft, okay? So it can take something from you, all right? Now, again, talking about relationships, we are seeing why there is an ending. We're seeing why there is a loss. Because it literally said it, right? Uncompromising. Someone refused to. Someone is, could be like a bully in a relationship, pushing you around. Remember, it talked about, someone taking advantage of you, okay? And so here it says that it's not only that, they're not being honest with themselves. So if they don't want to be there, they probably should tell you. Or maybe they have told you, and again, you are not looking at it for what it really is, okay? I definitely see here that you were dealing with someone who was self-centered. They were not healing. They were not giving or healing. I don't care. You can use any of the earth signs. Virgo is considered to be the person that actually is, perfect for you, and someone who wants to be at service to you, right? This is like, I want to cater to my man, cater to my woman energy. They're not, right? Taurus is the one that you feel comfortable around. You feel at home around. They pamper you. They please you. That's that type of thing. And if it was a Capricorn, they do everything in their power to work this out. And all of this, either one, okay? The Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. That means that this person wasn't doing that. Okay, they were not in that energy. And so what does it say? That they were self-centered. And some of you guys could be around people who you just don't like because they're not your ideal person. Maybe because they are expecting something from you, especially with that Queen of Pentacles in reverse. But either way, not a good energy at all. I love the fact that there's going to be something new with your work and career. Money is going to improve. I do see that you guys have been having money problems. That I do see. That I do see. Okay. I love the fact that the first card came out that says luck is on your side. So if you've been experiencing unlucky situations, I love the fact that that clover is going to be bringing you in lucky situations, prosperous relationships, money that is going to increase or get better here for you based on that card here. Let's get your last card. This is for Aquarius. Ooh, you had two signs that came out. I'm going to keep pulling, but you guys had Aries and Gemini. Okay, Saturn is going into Aries. This is going to sextile you, so this is going to be pretty good. This year is going to go all the way up to the 15th degree of Aries, which means those in Aquarius who has Aquarius sun or other planets, any planets between 0 and 15 degrees, you guys will be affected, or not affected, aspected in a good way, okay? Because Saturn will be aspecting you. And Neptune as well. Neptune as well. This is the reason why I feel like some of you guys are going to end up having the love of your life, especially having Saturn and Neptune at the 0 degree. And that's going to be sextiling you. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. So that's the reason why when I read it, that's why it's coming out. Okay. Now here you also have Gemini. So Uranus is going to be going into Gemini. Anything that goes into Gemini or Libra is going to trine you. That'll end up being a very smooth situation, unexpected situations that end up being in your favor, and it'll be in a good way. So both of these signs coming out here with Aries and Gemini, with those planets moving into that house, is going to end up being in your favor, at least for the next 2.5 years. Saturn only stays into Aries, and Aries, 2 years. Once Saturn leaves, like I said before, you will end up being squared. But Neptune is still there for a very long time. Uranus is going to be there for a really long time. So you got a long time to play and enjoy yourself. You guys have a really long time to play and enjoy yourself with these planets that are in a really, look at this. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I was just talking about it. A lot of you guys with Saturn being there, it even talks about people who are anywhere between 7 to 10 years older for a few of you. And I like the fact that it says older man, because I already know it doesn't necessarily go backwards. I'm just going to be honest. Most clients that I have that are male don't necessarily go up that far, but they could, right? So this could be also an older woman. But usually Sun is man, Saturn is man, Mars is man. So a lot of you guys are going to be meeting people that's going to be at least 7 years, at least 7 years to 10 years, sometimes 11 years older than you. And I'm also seeing here, like I said before, this will be someone that's going to end up being long term, okay? But the planets is in your favor for that. This is the reason why you guys had Clover. But you see how the reading was basically reflecting something of the past and the things that you've been experiencing of the past, and everything starts to end up being great for you, your money, your love, all of that. Wish being granted. Very few people are going to experience that. But this was the thing. That's the last one. You've been ignoring your gut. Do not move into this season, please. Please don't move into this season doing what you were doing before. It started off telling you something. If this is where you are and this is where you've been, okay, you can end up missing out on this person because they're not going to want you to be that way. They're not going to want you to be naive. They're not going to want you to roll over on your back and do what they say. They don't want you to be a people pleaser. They don't want to take advantage of you, okay? And you end up being a victim to someone else's, treacherous ways, okay? But again, some of you guys, you see it, you know it, and you are ignoring it, which is what this whole reading was about. But you're going to be moving a little bit differently this time, and this is what I am seeing. Here you also had Tree, which talks about children. This is legacy, this is life, this is growth, okay? So why wouldn't you experience some of the best energies that you could possibly experience literally over the next 2.5 years? It is going to be in your favor in the best ways possible. You have Pluto in your sign. That's going to be transformational for you. I don't know where that is in your chart. You probably should know where that is in your chart and how that is going to affect you. Aquarius, you have been I know I haven't been doing your reading as much. I don't do Cancer as often. I don't do Libra as often. They still get readings. They don't have they're not even dealing with anything in their sign. I mean, Jupiter is there, but they're not dealing with it for you. You probably should know what that means for you. Pluto is going to change your life, okay? It does, and so depending on what house is in, that's how it's going to change. And then if it's aspecting something, you probably should know that, okay? Definitely not a sign that should be just sitting around here and don't know. You're the only one, by the way, that has been that way. But by the looks of it, a lot of you here are going to be experiencing some really good things, okay? So Aquarius, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the information is down below. I haven't told you because I haven't been reading for y'all. I have a, and this is only for today. This is only for today. If you guys email me tomorrow, okay, and you see that it's like over 16, 18 hours posted, this is no longer valid. Only today. If you guys are interested in an astrology reading and a tarot reading, okay, between 25 and 30 minutes for $40, the only thing you have to do is email me and just put it in the, what is it called? The little box where you say this is the reason why I'm emailing you, okay? The subject line. Put that in the subject line. All right. Make sure if that is something that you guys are interested in, my email is down below and my Cash App and PayPal, all of that is down below. You pay first and then email me. Okay. And then I will put you on a schedule. All right. So this is what I have for you here, Aquarius. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys back here a little bit later. All right. Bye, guys.